Welcome. In this session, we describe the follow-up webinar to our earlier program called Acknowledgement of Paternity. This is the follow-up webinar, which is a one-on-one or a group session where we dive into the challenge to the Acknowledgement of Paternity program. We covered the details of the program. We'll cover the case laws. We discuss order of filiation. We'll also have a question and answer period where we discuss the remedy if you decide that you can challenge the acknowledgement of paternity. And we discuss some of the details that will go into your challenge. This is open to everyone, married couples, unmarried couples, singles, a suspected father or soon to be father, or if you've been in the child support program for a while, uh, we share some of these conversations. Hello, my name is Chris, and I provide education on the child support program as it relates to your due process rights. And we show an understanding of the program itself and how it affects you. On our YouTube channel, we provide this discussions on case laws, precedents, statutes, regulations. We also provide templates, affidavits, summons and complaints, and motions. In our first session, we talked about the acknowledgement paternity, where we went into the details of the program. We highlight certain key factors that one should be aware of, as well as whether or not you are fully informed as to the program itself as relates to the child enforcement program. In this session, which is the webinar, we go further into the contract, such as, is it a valid contract? Or is it a fraudulent contract? And depending on the challenge you want, you have to determine which of the two categories you're in. For example, a valid contract means it's very difficult to challenge. However, if you can challenge the acknowledgement of paternity form under a fraud statute, you may be successful. One of the fraud statute is the entire contract is void or voidable, or is it portions of the contract that are void or voidable? So just as a recap, when you sign the acknowledgement of paternity form, here's some of the outcome. One, you had 60 days in which to rescind or revoke or reverse the order. That is, you don't want to be a part of it anymore, or you simply just do not want your signature on that document. Once the 60-day period has passed, you can now only challenge under the basis of fraud or material mistake. In this webinar, live webinar, we get into details of that to see the categories in which that your particular case suits, or as well as discuss the different options available under the burden of proof category. Now, in addition, once you've signed that form, you understood or may have understood that your name will be entered in the putative father registry. Now, if you are one of those fathers who have signed the acknowledgement of paternity form, either in a hospital or either by a court order, here's some of the highlights of what you've agreed to. First, you've agreed that the acknowledgement of paternity was full in effect within 60 days. Next, you could only challenge on the basis of fraud. You also guaranteed that the child support payments to the agency, as well as you had to liquidate all your assets, investments, and retirements. You've also agreed that you will void the courts and go directly to a civil procedure for enforcement. And if the child support agency is successful, they can either issue a warrant for your arrest or ultimately send you to jail for less than a year. Here on our YouTube channel, we provide information and education on if you decide to file a lawsuit or challenge the acknowledgement of paternity. We help you with understanding effective legal research, forms, procedures, the burden of proof. We can help in preparing you for filing your case. We provide other future webinars such as Department of Justice information, child support program and reimbursements, your attorney and their fiduciary responsibility. Stay tuned for more details. If you have any questions on this one-on-one personal webinar, or you'd like to have questions on other series that we have on our channel, please feel free to email us. So this brings us to the end of the intro to the Acknowledgement of Paternity Challenge. If you think, for example, you could challenge the program, please schedule a one-on-one or group meeting with us. And again, this is open to anyone who have an interest. And of course, the time to decide whether or not you want to be enrolled in the Acknowledgement Paternity Program is not when it's being presented to you. It's prior to that. So use this course as an education. And this comes to the end of our presentation, and thank you. And please review our first video, which is called Where's Your Daddy? The Knowledge